Yeah, figure out your levels. Yeah, just turn it more towards you, I guess. Actually, let's do that first. Let's get our sound levels in, and then we'll figure out how to song it. I would put a little bit more bass behind you. I don't know if I turn the bass down too much on that other amp, or just turn your bass up on your channel, maybe. Yeah, a little more bass on you. Yeah, 'cause you're basically doing rhythm and lead at the same time. CSR, we're just getting started. Yeah, these are, that's a Thomas R classic. Yes, sir. How's it going? My name's Blake. If you're new to the channel, thanks for scrolling on through. I play drums, obviously. We've got Jay here today. He's going to play some guitar with us. And I have a student coming in about an hour, too, so we might do a little bit of a live stream with a student later, too, but we'll see. Oh, great, dude. Yeah, you got the good one. This is a walnut birch. Yeah, Babinga's where it's at, man. Good old Babinga. But I have some good Babinga snares and that kind of stuff. But yeah, these shells are walnut birch. Lindsay, hey, what up? Yeah, that happens. Well, that's between you and your lessons. Well, I'll give you a little pep talk later too. We'll talk about it. But now's not the time for that. Woo, hey now. I'm getting too much feedback. That's the thing. I think I turned the speaker too much towards me or something, man. I don't normally get that much feedback. Yeah, let's get hard. What's going on, everybody? We're just getting warmed up. I'm a huge Police fan. I mean, sure. I could be. I could be a fan of many different things. Yeah, I enjoy those types of grooves. Sure. Sorry, I'm hot. Hey guys, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here, guys. Well, yeah, sorry, I was busy playing drums there for a bit because I'm all hot. We're in SoCal here where it's like 105 today, 110, something like that. I don't know how hot it is, but it feels like you know what outside. I'll teach you some more, Lindsay. I'll teach you some more. Oklahoma, yeah, it's hot across the whole U.S. pretty much, but... Hey, France! Vive la France! Good to see you guys. Appreciate you being here. I'm trying not to burn up. Oh, jeepers creepers. That's good. Now we gotta try to mix in some backing tracks. Still didn't really get that volume dialed in quite yet. And you're at the control panel, so you're gonna have to do it. Okay. Just dial in the bass and because I'll be at like 7 to 8. I'm at like 7.
Yeah.
I'm at like 7 on here, and then that way I have a little room to go, but we'll see. Oh, it's Russia with love. What's up? Welcome, Russia. Welcome, everybody. Sorry, I was kind of getting lost in the sauce there and just playing. Give you a little bit more of me. Now we don't have to bend over as much. How's everybody doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. This is Jay, one of my best friends and guitarist. Hey, Joe. Welcome, buddy. Good to see you, man. So we're just jamming today. We're waiting for one of my students, actually, Gregory. She's not going to be here for another half hour. That's right. Yeah, half hour. So we got another half hour before he comes. We're probably going to do a few more for you. Kill it for a little bit, and then maybe come back out with the student. We'll see. But how's everybody doing? You guys having a good weekend? Everybody doing well? My name's Blake, by the way, if you're scrolling through. I play drums. Do other things. What's up, Daniel? What about a pep talk? Well, yeah, but I can't just like interrupt the stream for a solo person of a pep talk real quick sometimes, you know? But I can't, but I'll do that for you. Is that Daniel? Haircut Daniel? Is this getting a haircut every Tuesday, Daniel? Daniel? If so, good to see you, bro. Really good to see you. But really, all you need, Lindsay, is some new warm-ups. You need a little fire in your belly. You need to break through that wall, and you need to learn some other warm-ups that you're not just like, this is boring, I've done it over and over and over. Yeah, you want to get all this stuff in your muscle memory, but learning new stuff and being able to like all of a sudden get to the next level, that's what's going to inspire you. If you stay at the same level constantly, yeah, you're going to get bored. Don't stay at the same level constantly. You got to challenge yourself, you got to try new things, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I got a triple stroke roll, I've never done that before. You know, that kind of thing. When you get like 3 notes out of a closed stroke, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. You know, and then turn into a triple stroke roll, just for an example. Right? If you're used to just playing all double strokes. Anyway, so there's a lot of things. Just if you challenge yourself and you get to that next level, you're going to be way more stoked. You're going to be way more stoked. You're like, oh, I can do it. Oh, and there's higher levels, and I'm not bored anymore. You know, that kind of thing. Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Yeah, we just kind of came in the garage and started cooking. It's getting hot, though, dude. It's getting to the point where it's so hot outside, my air conditioner is losing the battle. My air conditioner is going to lose the battle here pretty soon.
Yeah.
We're at 75 right now, but it's about to be 85 in here shortly. So, might need to take a little break, poo, but we'll see. How's everybody doing? Dad! Someone said, Mom, the boys are getting the band back together. Amen break? Which one? There's a lot of them. Or like... No, sorry. I don't have the Epstein list for you, dude, to even give. But that was funny. That's why I laughed. That's why I turned to the camera and looked. No, I do not have that in my hit records. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it was good to delete that, Joe, but it still made me laugh. What do you say? Can you please play the hit song "Release the Epstein Files"?
Are you on the Epstein list?
Yeah, it made me laugh. Don't get me wrong, dude. But we gotta. I mean, we're kid friendly in here. We gotta be careful, you know. But it was funny. That was funny. Let's do maybe one more, and then I'm gonna need to take a break, cool off for a few before my student comes, and then we'll probably launch it again. We'll see. You want to do a backing track or one of another one?
Yeah, backing's fine.
Cool.
Boop up, boop up, boop
You can play that. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. That's how the song starts. One of my autistic students, she screams out every sentence like ba 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 ba. You know how that song starts? Like ba 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 da 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 da, and then Michael Jackson comes in with that little 5-year-old voice and ba 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 ba, and she does that every time. It's like makes me crack up every time. Okay, I think we're gonna do a backing track. Everything we've been doing right now is just all of our own original stuff, improvising as we're playing it. So that's awesome. Well, maybe your calling is coming as a drummer, is what it sounds like to me. Yeah. Maybe you're getting interested in drums. Maybe it's time to learn. Oh, you just do like a moonchild type thing.
I like me some moonchild.
Yeah. Or you said bass. Dude, we gotta learn some of that stuff, man. It's so good. It's so good. And I know you said, so don't get it wrong, but it's like, dude, stuff sounds so incredible. Yeah, it's getting a little crazy. The bass, he has like some modulation thing going on. His bass is real synthy. It's like bong, bong.
Oh yeah.
It's real heavy, so the bass is coming out not all that great. But anyway, they are
That's cool stuff.
fantastic stuff, dude. And when it, like, I'll find a studio recording on something better than a live, but it's usually a quick move and chisel. So I can just relax it up.
How dare you? We have to be doing this.
Shut up and play. I'm sure my student's probably outside. It might even be inside. So we're going to see you back in a bit. Oh, thank you so much, John. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm kind of freestyling, doing whatever genres I'm hearing. But yeah, I play a lot of different styles. Just casually. Oh, well, actually, he doesn't even play any ghost notes. Just 2 and 4 the whole time. Real simple, you know. But then I can't hold back for that long, so then I start to play a little other shit, other stuff, other shizzle. Oh yeah, we can play that one in a minute. Someone asked about the police earlier. Ah! Drop a stick while I do it. I just got a text from my students on their way. Okay. Joe, you're all good, dude. Don't worry about it, man. Oh, Jesus and Drums is on right now, too? I didn't know that. I told him I was going to be streaming with Jay, and I didn't know what he was doing, but... Okay, cool. You're all good, dude. Okay, taking a break. Student will be here soon. We'll see you guys in a bit, okay? Love ya. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. And maybe I'll go check out Jesus and Drums for a minute while I'm waiting for Gregor to come. All right, guys. Love you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you coming through. Sub, like, if you feel like it. I'm not one of those people that like, comment, subscribe. But if you would like to do that, then I would appreciate it. And hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you guys for being here. All right. Take care.